Once again, it's a 1:15 early, and we're back at the workshop.
And grumpy.
That's sort of par for the course for you, though, isn't it? The guys have maintained that you are Mr. Grumpy Gills. It's that time of the year where we're all just burnt. We've been smacking away at this for ages, and I think a little later on in this video we're going to tell you why we're looking so dejected. We'll get to that later.
Yeah,
what are the plans for today, though?
Let me correct you first, not Grumpy Gills, it's Uncle Grumpy.
Uncle Grumpy.
All right, let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
All right, so we did some priming the last time we were around here. We didn't get quite as much done as we had hoped to. We wanted to paint in one day.
Yeah.
Turns out that's a bigger job than I anticipated, much bigger.
Yeah.
We should know better.
And it was only painting the interior, so the cage and the interior. The thing is, as much as a roll cage doesn't seem like it's large, there's actually a lot of real estate.
That's a lot of work.
There's a lot of work. So, and we were being a little fastidious about it. Twice in the last video, we said, if it's worth doing right.
Yeah.
And I want to go back, and future me wants to go and kick past me's backside for saying shit like that. Because
I'm still kind of there.
we are. It's just in our nature.
Yeah.
We want to do that. We just want to. I want to do it right. I don't want to do it slapdash. It's a reflection of me, my persona, my personality. It's a reflection of how I go about life. And I think you're the same way.
We have to close our eyes and do what needs to get done.
Yeah.
And not what we'd like to do. Because we're not going to get finished ever at this rate.
Yeah.
I'd love to bolt and nut repair this car. We didn't buy it for that.
No, we didn't.
And I keep on forgetting. We've fallen in love with this car.
Then that's why.
Now
That's
everything
exactly
is just
why.
trying to
Yeah.
get maximum attention. I think we need to do a decent job, but we don't have to go over the top.
It needs to be that 60-foot car. 20/20 vision.
Let's see though. We're going to change our minds again the second we get stuck in.
You know what my pain point here is? All of this that we're doing now doesn't improve our chances in the race.
No, it doesn't, but it does make the car last longer.
That is one bump away from being wrecked, from being null and void.
I can't justify it. I just can't.
I know. I'm fighting with with it myself. I want to turn this into a beautiful show car.
Yeah.
That's where my heart is, but
We've got to pull
realistically,
it back. We've got to pull it
we need
back.
to dial it back.
All right.
So let's get into it.
Before you do that, though, just show them the weather. So on top of us running out of time, we're running out of weather
Yeah, there's thunderstorms predicted.
and lightning warnings, and yeah, off we go. So what we did the last time is we managed to mask the areas we didn't want painted. We may or may not still cut this out, so I didn't prime this section, but I think today I'm just going to layer up some paint over it anyway, just in case.
The guys are wanting it out. I think let's leave it like that. This actually forces them to cut it out now. They wanted to do it so bad.
All right, let's
so
do it.
That's
We've primed interior, we've edge primed the roll cage. Tough in some of the areas, eh?
yeah.
Because
So you guys didn't see this in the last video. We actually wrapped early because, well, I had to disappear a little early. Ray, you got a little.
I stayed a little longer.
You stayed a little longer. You were like, you weren't happy with where you were leaving it, actually.
No, that's the thing, is I sort of wanted to take the tools home and call it a done job, but no, we couldn't get done. So hopefully we can do that today.
Okay, so we do have etch primer on the cage.
And the other bare metal areas.
Yeah, other bare metal areas. We have MS primer, so a fuller primer on most of the rest of it. It's light in a few places, but that's fine. It is just, it is the primer. And then we actually pretty much tackled the bay in its entirety. And when I say in its entirety, brake lines and all. Entirely. So this you saw us resist this, you saw us throw a little bit of etch primer on areas here, but you didn't see the MS primer. So plan of action now is you're going to go to town with some flattening inside the cabin.
Inside the cabin, you're going to go,
I'm tackling engine bay. It's part of my thing. I wanted a sort of pretty engine bay. I'm the one that sat there putting pieces of vinyl which didn't react brilliantly to the primer.
It's looking good.
Over places just to tidy it up. Like I said, we weren't going for a shaved bay, but just a neatened and tidied bay so that when we open it, it has a little bit of presence. You know what the thing is? I think you and we know that this qualifies as a almost classic race car, especially with the 3T engine. So that's why we want to keep the 3T, and we want to keep it looking tidy, and we want it to look as pretty as what it is, because part of our future endeavors here is taking this to Knysna.
Yes.
And competing in the hill climb.
But there's more than that. I mean, a clean engine bay means you can find leaks, whether they be gas, like exhaust leaks, whether they be oil leaks, whether they be fuel leaks, you will find it.
Yeah.
You will find it, it's nice and clean and easy.
When you drop your 10mm socket, you can find it.
I don't know, that never happens.
No, it doesn't. No, that goes down and it falls in the little rust holes and it gets trapped in, and
then it goes ding, ding, ding.
Well, I mean,
ding,
listen, that's a hole in the chassis leg that's actually not supposed to be there. And that's a whole lot of MS primer over cruddy welds.
Not bad, eh?
You know what they say, grinder and paint for the welder you ain't.
Okay.
There's no amount of paint that's going to fix that.
Bumper bracket.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
looking good.
But... Peekaboo! That was rust.
Well, I mean, I tried to get the bumper off, and one of the bolt holes just turned the bracket around, tore it off.
Oh dear. Yeah, that one. Oh jeepers, yeah, that one. Oh, look at...
It's weak.
Yeah, okay. But in any case, we less whinging, moaning and complaining about the condition of the car. We're rectifying that. Let's get stuck in. But as we're doing this prep work, which is rather arduous, let's be perfectly honest, we're realizing that, well...
doesn't need to be perfect, As this goes, the more I'm having to sand this car, the more I'm realizing, it just doesn't need to be perfect. It's okay.
It is a race car, and what you lack for in paint, you can always make up for in stickers. Apply enough stickers, and people won't even notice the paint. That may just be our mantra going forward. I'm tackling the engine bay and probably about 70% done here. Ray's tackling the inside.
Probably about at least 10% done, yeah?
Yeah, no, dude, it's a lot of real estate you're trying to cover here, so I will dive in there after that bay with you. Let's get to it.
I'm sounding it pedantically and getting it smooth to paint, but look at it. There's no fixing that.
I mean, I had similar. I mean, yeah.
I'll make them smooth cracks.
That's it. So, I mean, I'm tackling the bay and I'm getting it, but then I come over here and I'm like, well, all these little black high spots are welding slag from that monstrosity. So, you're never going to get that down. Well, you can with a grinder, but it ain't that kind of car.
No. Now I'm starting to get realistic about things.
It's amazing what a deadline does to you, eh? It's just gone 9:30 and we've realized that we need to start putting time limits on things. So what we're doing is we're saying 9:30 we stop prepping.
Yeah, it runs away with us. I mean, so I actually like that. We're busy sanding, and you get stuck on a single spot because it's not perfect yet.
Yeah.
And Chad eventually says, okay, what time limit are we putting on the prep? But you know what, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Count it down as well so that you can move along and get to the next spot and move along and get to the next spot. And actually, I think we've done quite well.
Because we were under the crunch of a time limit. We had a deadline. And I come from an industry that is, deadlines are non-negotiable. So, yeah, I'm not going to miss a deadline. And I would hate to miss the biggest deadline of all, which is the race.
Oh, and it's looming.
So, got a mail during the course of the week.
An exciting mail.
An exciting mail, and it was the announcement for the 9 hour. And the 9 hour is going to take place. I mean, we were really excited when it came through.
I mean, it came through and I was like, yes, an official invitation.
Yeah.
We're ready. We're going to go racing.
Yeah,
In March.
because I mean, it came, yeah. So because it came through and it was, you've shown an interest. We'd love to have you on board. We'd love for you to enter. It's the 25th of March. And that's still, as we sit here and wind down 2022, it feels like it's a far way away. Problem is we did the maths.
No, it's 2 to 3 weeks if it was everyday work to finish the entire car.
Yeah.
We do a couple of hours once, maybe twice a week.
Yeah.
And that's all we can do.
No, really,
we don't do this. We don't do this for a living.
No, we don't. We've got 9 to 5 jobs. We've got families. We've got responsibilities.
Yeah.
This is a hobby. This really is a hobby. If you're a viewer from outside of South Africa, here's your South African lesson for the day. We're cocking ourselves. Okay, the local guys are going to understand that. Direct translation, yeah, we're shitting bricks.
Yeah, we're shitting bricks big time. It's not the best finish we could have asked for, but it is decent. We need to get rid of the dust. We need to get rid of the rubbish. We need to just wipe it down with a wet cloth so that we don't have dust everywhere. And I'm okay with how it came out. I'm happy with this. We can go ahead and paint.
Are we happy with it? No. Are we content with it? Yes.
No. Will it work? Yes.
Okay, well, there we go. I suppose that's the best way of putting it. Will it work? And I think that's largely how we need to approach the rest of it. Will it work? Yes.
Yes, let's just get it done.
This is aesthetics. This doesn't help you finish a 9-hour race.
But Chad, I think we've done better than we're giving ourselves credit for. Let's get paint on and we'll rethink that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to want to wet the floor.
Hi.
What you doing there?
So let's get all the dust off of it. Just taking a wet rag to all the areas that we sanded down, scrubbed down, so that we're not throwing paint over dust. Because you're gonna have a bad time if you do that.
I'm gonna swear a lot.
It's this constant struggle. I never thought, that could have been nice. It's this constant struggle between doing it right and doing what needs to be done. It's a constant struggle for both you and I, right?
It is hard because you want to push that little bit deeper with the finish and with the quality of the workmanship, but at the same time how nice does that piece of paint behind the painted pipe need to be?
Do you think it's not pre-mixed?
No, it needs a little bit, probably about 10%. What you want...
Can I drink this?
This is my theory. So spray painters rinse me in the comments, but what you want is that about 15 centimeters would start making droplets at the bottom.
Okay, well that's your theory. How much?
Just dollop it a bit. Go. Yep. Let's have a look. Just get this mixed in there nicely.
I'm closing this up because that's pretty damn thin.
Yeah, that's fine. That's thin enough.
To the gun we go. And Jason
He's here stripping mine today.
You're the bearer of bad news, eh?
Yeah. Hopefully not too many bad news, but let's see.
All right, so then leave you to sort of strip the engine down and see how bad the news actually is, because there is that little score on cylinder number 4.
Cylinder number 4. So let's strip motor, let's assess, and let's send it to engineering and see what happens.
Because one of two things can happen there. One, they say, cool, it just needs a bit of a bore go oversized, let's bore all of them out to a standard oversize. Or they say, hey, we need to re-sleeve the entire block.
Yeah.
Either way, we're buying pistons.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the things we need to look at. So yeah, obviously cylinder 4, small little ridge at the corner over here. But we're hoping that, let's see what engineering says about, hopefully, just getting a nice long phone.
The problem is you can feel it not only with a nail but with your fingertip, which means that it's fairly aggressive.
And it's not, I mean, everything else on these sides over here, it's
fine.
It's fine. But let's strip it down, let's see what we can do.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, one step.
I won't lie, this rubber gasket is pretty much on there.
Petrified in there. Either that or a whole world
of silicone is holding the whole thing together.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. The magic pop.
Just hit it harder. Radio. I'm not gonna lie, but that is so far inside here. I can see.
What is that?
I'm hoping that's carbon and not bearings, but that's metal.
I'm not seeing anything in the pickup per se, but it's
that's the thing. You don't see anything on the pickup there.
The pickup's looking fairly clean. I mean, that's just a little bit of.
Yeah, that's silicone. That's silicone over there, but the pickup is actually pretty clean.
But we've got something sitting there.
And you can actually hear it.
Yeah.
That's metal. So that actually could be bits or pieces of ring. I guess.
I think we're only going to be able to tell once we
carry on stripping it through.
It doesn't look god awful in here.
No, I mean that still looks fantastic. Actually, to be clearly honest with you, I mean,
I'm not seeing any really.
Usually, you see like
like
bearing material and stuff like that that's on the rod and stuff, and then you do see like a little bit of grey that the bearing material has been like basically polishing itself.
Yeah.
But it's looking fairly clean inside here.
Okay.
So I think the next step is let's loosen the rods and tap pistons out.
Happy days.
That's 1 and then 2, 2, 1, 1, so we'll know which way they need to go. And so far, give it a rotate. These two cats here.
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to turn 180 degrees and cock that up.
No, I was like that all the time. Okay, so there is, push that down, bearing, which that still looks beautiful. And is there any markings on what sizes they are? So we'll have to see. It's EJ25E. So we'll have to see what size these bearings are. But so far, I see no issues on crank. We had, this one was number 4.
Yeah.
and there is no polishing or anything besides your usual markings that you'll get from. But
Crank
I
looks good.
reckon so far
Crank end is good. Big end.
crank big ends and
That's all
mains are good.
Okay.
So I guess
It's all sort of up top.
yeah. Let's try to see if we can get these pistons out and then take a look at the ball. Besides your skirts, I mean, yeah, you can see the oil rings are.
Because we're looking for that foreign material that we found in the sun.
Yeah.
And I think that's going...
There we go.
Okay, oh no, that just broke off now.
Yeah. But obviously that's piston 1. We'll
Well,
soon
now
find
we have
out.
to buy new pistons.
Well, now we have to buy new pistons.
So, where's that bearing that we had that we were taking an eyeball? Ah, this one here. So there we go. That's... I'm not going to get it out there now, but you can just tell that it is a little coppery on the inside. So that one is a little worn.
So we can
Yeah,
see more
so-
of the polishing on the copper.
Yeah. But it's an even wear, which just
Yeah.
says that it's an old
It's an old motor.
motor. But then we found something else out, a little more interesting.
Yeah, so obviously when you put the caps together, they have to only go in one way. You can't basically have this cap rotate
Yeah.
on the opposite side. And obviously when we started doing that, we found out these have markings on which are not OEM markings, which means that this motor has been rebuilt before.
Yeah, there we go. That one says 3 on it.
Yeah, and then you'll have 2,
1.
1, and then
The other one's going to say 4.
the other one's going to say 4. So whether or not why this motor was rebuilt,
But it sort of also explains the pistons, and I've got a little bit of conflicting. Last time we said, well, hey, these are high compression pistons. I think these are just the 1.8 pistons. I think the 2T had slightly more flat top pistons.
yeah. Well, the next step is try and get cylinder 4 out, because
Oh, is it pretty seized in there?
yeah, no, usually you can just tap the back of it and it should just drop out like number 1, just basically fell out.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
destroyed the skirt in the process.
destroyed the skirts, but this one, she's not going anywhere because it does not want to go over.
It
that
could be
lip.
because you're trying to get a round piston out of an oval hole. Yeah,
Well, also, I saw a rigid.
yeah, that ridge.
The top of that sleeve.
Yeah.
going
That's
outside.
how. So that's how bad that ridge is.
Yeah.
It's keeping the piston in.
Keeping the piston in.
Bars of gravity gun. Uses it upside down.
Yes.
How did the teeth look?
Still look alright, sir.
How was the tension on?
I think that pump was starting to fail. I mean,
Oil pump.
doesn't look too bad, but you can see the usual that you'll get from.
Yeah. That's really not bad, actually,
Yeah.
considering. I don't think that this was rebuilt too long ago, actually.
No, I don't think so.
But in that, I think that they cocked up the ring fitment. That's where I'm going to go. They cocked up the rings on 4.
Yeah,
Ball
I
wash.
think they basically
That combined with the ball wash.
that combined with ball wash, but that was because I'm still trying to figure out why they would have put that aftermarket fuel pump that's not supposed to be running on a carburetor.
Yeah.
And job. So I reckon that overfueling, because of course we're getting a little bit of ball wash.
Oh, how's it? Is that crank okay then?
It's obviously still on the stand, so that's going to be a bit of a...
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Oh, there's the Raymond gone, but here is our crank. That is... This is
Beefy.
a little bit on the heavy side.
You managing there? You need a hand?
Yeah, no, I got it. Let's put this down here. Let's take that one off. Further in, looking once we've cleaned up and stuff, you can see small little
There's a bit of
scoring.
scoring in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
There, that's.
And we don't know that could have been the cause for the motor to be rebuilt previously, or
Yeah.
that's the cause of the overfueling with the petrol.
Yeah, you can feel that these should get away with a polish.
Should be able to get away with the polish, but once they mic it up, they'll be able to let us know if it's going to be oversized or not. Look, 10th hour oversize is not too bad.
Pretty much standard fare.
Yeah, but if you start looking at going 20th hour oversize, then that's a chuckable crack.
Yeah.
It does have a bit of a chunk out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Although that looks like a casting imperfection.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
Look, I won't lie. Yeah, the casting on the carrying.
Ooh, take a look at that lobe.
That's just basically all carbon.
Ah, is it carbon? Okay.
Yeah, that's carbon.
Alright. It just looks a little too dark to be.
Just looks like this cam hasn't even been running even.
No, it hasn't.
Very weird how this cam is. Like usually you can see on cams with them running up against the lobe and stuff like that, you can see it's just normal polishing down the center. But this one goes to this side and then all the way to that side. And then it goes again. Pushes all the way to this side and then moves over. And it's like that on all the cams.
All of them, yeah.
I wonder if that's just what it's supposed to
The
be.
cam bearings, those journals look okay. Those look okay.
Yeah, those actually, out of the whole entire freaking motor, that's...
That one's golden.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I reckon, yeah, send it to engineering, get them to size this cam, check the crank, and then, yeah, take a look at that. See if we're able to get away with maybe doing an oversized piston.
What's up?
Yeah, because from there...
I mean,
I
the
don't
board
think-
doesn't look bad. It's just that ridge at the top.
Yeah, it's just this little ridge on this one. It starts basically from here, goes all the way through to there. So it's the most weirdest.
And that's not it. That's below the ring line.
Yeah, that's below.
Is it what? No, is it below or above?
No, it's above. So obviously, first of all, we're to TDC before that ridge. But it's just weird why that ridge is there, but on here, there's no ridge.
Send it.
A little bit of a file. No one has to know.
I mean, Migs is skipping this session, so he's not going to know if we use the Dremel.
Yeah, true that. Where is the trim? I reckon we'll be able to get away with reusing this motor.
Good stuff. Not these. Oh, sorry, those.
Yeah,
Those are screwed.
No, those are screwed, because obviously, when taking a look, you see
We actually didn't bring the camera to this, did we?
No, we didn't.
That's
So this is going to be
this
the
one
first
here.
one. So obviously,
Let's see what a skirt is supposed to look
a
like.
skirt is supposed to basically look kind of even.
Yeah.
But then I reckon it was this one that it's a bit. Looks like someone's taken a grinder to it, because as you can see the little scoring over there.
Yeah.
But I reckon someone's taken a grinder to this. So I don't know for balancing or for what, but someone has taken a grinder.
They were building a performance engine, okay, and they were going with lightweight pistons.
Take as much weight out of it as possible.
Yeah.
And then even on the piston that fell out the block, this one had also been machined on that side or grinded down. I don't know if it was so that piston could fit.
But I mean, when you balance something, you do things like that. You drill small, you take
there's a
small little amounts of material out. Like there's no balancing required on that one.
Oh, I think we got this one the wrong way around. Oh no, we don't.
And this one's upside down. No, well, it depends on where the weight needs to be removed. But that's how you do it. You drill small little holes.
Yeah.
You know, just little indents. You don't go and take a grinder to it.
Cut the corner off of it. I reckon. Yeah, there we go. So this one is obviously these look like they've been balanced out of the factory.
Yeah, no, that's.
It's like your common usual, but that's what you would get on your pistons. But taking a grinder to the side of a skirt.
First time I've seen that.
No, when I started my training at Masita, I don't ever remember one of the...
Was that one of the days that you were maybe absent?
It could have been one of those days where the teachers told us, you know what, balance it, take a grinder to it.
Take a grinder to it, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
just cut.
Cut it. Okay, so here are our components. We did find a little bit of material in the sump. Not sure where that's come from. Crane, not terrible, not awful.
Might have to go oversized.
Might needs a little bit of polishing. It's an old crank. Camshaft, good despite its rather irregular wear patterns.
Yeah.
Pistons,
Yeah.
yeah, it's that.
And
Not
then-
that bolt. That bolts us.
Yeah, that bolts out. That wasn't there before.
No.
But it's the small little filings and crust. I'm hoping that most of it is carbon, but it's looking like metal material. Now, I mean, you can see a bit, it looks like the whole thing is like falling apart inside here. But I don't know if that's casting or not. Let me flip the mic.
Because while Raymond cleans out the spray equipment, that's it. I mean, our hand's been forced. We ran out of paint. So whether we like it or not, that's it. But holy! We got us a white interior.
It's a lot white.
It's very white, and that's great. I like it. And we got us a white engine bay, including white brake lines, white steering box, and white slave. We didn't get the master. Slave cylinder. Oh yeah, our ARB's white.
Yeah.
So it was all white in the end.
Don't crack the joke.
Somebody has to. Hey, even out. Everything got white. This is the epitome of that backyard job. Everything goes white.
Everything.
Have spray gun will coat everything in a layer of paint.
Yeah.
Including things that weren't supposed to be coated in a layer of paint.
I would like to have done more. I think that we can assemble the car now.
Jay, you want to get in on this? Well, let's get some of our squatchy pads out of the way. Because I mean, admittedly, this is a bit of a fun part, this. And while Ray's playing with his gun.
One of those, what's those videos? Those AMSR.
ASMRs, yeah, audio sensory.
M-A-M? Is that the same as FFM?
No, I don't think so. I think we go to different places on the internet.
Yeah. That's still surviving.
Despite the pressure washer.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out which end to tackle this from. Oh.
I don't like this part. We need to get a different color.
Too late now.
You and I got into one altercation in all our years of friendship that resulted in fisticuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not replicate that. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. You see, one of us masked the interior, another one masked the exterior. That wasn't too difficult to remove, was it, Jason?
No. Ooh.
I'm going with
It's that part.
You did it!
He did!
You did it!
He did! Rattle can for the win.
Yeah, rattle can.
Rattle his fucking head.
Are we leaving? You want to take it?
No, take it off. Go for it. Because as soon as we've got a little bit of contrast in here, then it starts looking more and more race car.
Yeah.
I'd pop that wheel off. Okay, we're not going to put the door rubbers back on just yet. I'm going to wait for the paint to actually dry a bit. Otherwise, yeah. I'll
So
look there forever.
I did mask the window washer motor so that we don't paint the previous Oaks paint.
Oh yeah, because that was oversprayed beautifully
Before, yeah.
before, yeah. And I mean, we're covering so much of his work. I mean, we wouldn't want to really, just ruin the guy's day entirely.
Oh. You want to catch that corner? Ta-da!
Apologies. Paint shirt. I wasn't going to wear an overcoat.
The captain doesn't wear his own shirt.
Yeah, no, I'm saving it. I revere the shirt so much that I don't want to get it dirty.
The captain won't go down with his own ship.
No.
No.
He's the first one to jump ship.
Yeah. He's like, cheers, guys!
Out of here!
Thanks, family show.
Cheers, guys!
All right, so we're going to wrap up not only this episode, but we're going to wrap up this season. We're going to call this season 1 because essentially the car has been stripped down as far as we can strip it down, or as far as we want to, is prepared to strip it down.
As far as the rust will allow us to strip it.
That's it, yeah, as far as the rust will allow us to
Rust,
strip
the
it down.
time, the energy, it's
Yeah.
gone as far as it's going to go.
That's it. So we are going to pick up with season 2. We have a couple of changes coming your way, but season 2 is largely going to be the build up. And as Ray and myself were chatting about earlier, season 2 is also the race to 9 hour. So 16, 17 weeks
Yeah.
to get this car race ready. Yeah. Hey? That's,
So I'm going on leave now.
we're going to wrap things up. We're going to wrap up the season. Those of you that have subscribed and have followed and on social media and all of that, thank you guys. Absolutely awesome. We love you guys. We love the feedback. We love the engagement. And we're hoping to bring you more of this in season 2. So there's not going to be a massive delay before you see the first episode of season 2, maybe a week or two's delay. But stay tuned for that. Follow us on social media to see when season 2 does drop. In the meantime, that's where she stands.
Oh, hopefully not. Hopefully we're going to push it back in because I need to get traffic past you.
No, okay.
Oh, okay.
No, but that's the condition that she's in. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Stay great. Please do subscribe if you haven't. We'll catch you next time. Cheers.
Bye.